Raul Pires. I'm head of exterior design for Bentley Motors, and I'd like to share with you some of our key design ideas and some key design lines for our new Continental GT. If we start with the front end of the car, we kept the traditional Bentley matrix grille, which is combined with sharp lines, but this time the lower grille sits much wider and lower than the previous generation. That is combined with the classic 4 round headlamps, but this time the inner lamp is substantially bigger than the outer lamp. We have introduced a new key line, which we call it the eyebrow line. It's this sharp line that comes from the top of the inner headlamp and spears through the side of the car. We have a focus on the general stance and proportions of the car. We have made the car wider, we have enlarged the size of the wheels, where we made the rear window graphics substantially smaller than the previous generation. The lines are very sophisticated. It's a combination of negatives and positives with very sharp lines. The GT is very simple. If I just do 3 lines. The power line, that's the line that wraps from the front wheel and it goes straight across the car. The haunch, which is such iconic element of the Continental GT. And that's combined with a very soft and dynamic silhouette line on the roof. The rear end of the car is very simple. It's just 2 lines that comes from the rear window, surrounded the boot and close on the bottom of the number plate aperture. These 2 key lines on the back of the car is these 2 sharp lines here, which are very strong Bentley elements. We call this as the double horseshoe. We wanted the rear end to look wider and sitting lower and more elegant. Similar to the headlamps, we have the tail lamps surrounded completely by metal. So we have eliminated the traditional technical solutions, which gives this seamless and quite modern feel to the rear end of the car. Very simple, elegant lines.
We wanted to focus on 3 main areas. First, very important to us as design is the overall design, so creating more dynamic and sporty interior. The second was really about improving stowage and creating intelligent stowage throughout the car. And then the next one was really introducing even better technology. The wings of the Bentley badge is echoed through the shape of the IP. So we have a line that comes across the car, down underneath, and then back up. The other part is really the seat design. We wanted, again, to make a very sporty statement, lots of dynamic lines and tension. But the practical part of a seat is to keep it open at the top and then quite supportive around the waist area. And this creates what we call a Cobra style seat. So it's large at the top and then wraps in. Also, by taking the seat belt off the seat, it allows us to gain about 46mm of space in the rear compartment. The next stage really was to look at the tension of the surfaces and the treatment, and I always relate this to like an athlete going on a training program where we've tensioned up the muscles and tension in the surfaces, and you can see that quite typically on the side of the console here and in these areas where we've created almost scallops of form as if it's muscles of an athlete's arm, and this basically just gets it looking lighter and sportier, yet retains this luxury element to the whole interior. And under each surface of leather we've put a very soft scrim foam. This gives an ambience of soft luxurious leather, then combined with the tension and the surface details that give it a lighter, sportier feel. So it's luxury and then the sports and light feel to the cabin. Something we wanted to improve compared to the original Continental GT was to introduce the latest technology, certainly in navigation systems and information in front of the driver. We're very proud of our knurled texture on our switches, and also you can see it here on the gear lever. And we thought it'd be quite nice to put some of that digitally onto the 3-dimensional screen, so it connects technology with our traditional jewellery elements within the car.